So 1 is going to be like Sonic. Oh, this isn't any better.
Sun 2.
It's an I, Ash. It's an I, clearly. Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where apparently the sound of my voice causes the lights behind me to change randomly. Yo! Wow, it is every single word I say causes the lights to change. Oh, I got them both on the same that time.
That was pretty cool.
Was this intentional? Is this a thing that you planned? Is this you, Ash? Is this a thing that you planned?
Should I say yes so that I look better?
No, just give me the honest answer. Really? Did we get like sound controlled lights? What's going on behind us?
So this is a fun story. I was trying to get them a solid blue color.
Yes.
For a reason that we'll explain in just a moment.
Blue and yellow is very nice.
It does.
It
does
fits
look
the
pretty.
theme.
It does.
Which we'll get to.
But the only way to get it a solid color was to hit it really hard.
Or in my case, just scream at it, apparently.
Yeah, and I was like, why do I have to like physically hit this device for it to change color? It's actually sound activated.
Really?
Yeah, I was hoping that we wouldn't be so noisy.
Have you been on this channel ever?
He's very sensitive. I didn't expect him to be that way.
This is so wacky. That's amazing. I am a little bit sad. I thought for a second there that I had discovered my superpower. Like I was a mutant of some form, and my very oddly specific superpower was changing smart light colors with the audio tones of my voice. You know, not the most useful power by any means, but a power nonetheless.
Yeah.
Not every quirk is going to be a winner, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just proud to have a quirk. We just celebrated America back there. Now, we passed it.
Now we're evil.
Now we're in the dark side. Oh, see, that's the thing. As soon as I make a bit about whatever's back there, it just changes immediately. Maybe we should change the setting on these so that way people aren't feeling like we're in a rave the whole time. Although, I mean, it does feel like rave. Here's my rave hands. Woo! Rave hands! We broke out the lights. It is a party because today's episode is actually a challenge brought to us by Paramount Studios. So thank you to Paramount for sponsoring today's episode. They gave us a challenge. Blue and yellow might summon to mind a certain blue hedgehog, a certain speedster, if you will, Sonic the Hedgehog. So in honor of Sonic the Hedgehog 2's release on DVD, Blu-ray, it's available in 4K now, comes complete with bonus scenes, a lot of extra content smashed. Did you just die from electrocution? I was reading the branded points, Ash, not in the middle of the branded points.
Sorry.
It's okay. Your hair looks slay, by the way. I can't see the rest of your head right now, but your hair just peeking out looks fantastic.
Thanks.
Just this little hairline going across the back. Anyway, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is available right now to see the continuing adventures of Jim Carrey and his favorite animated hedgehog. In honor of the DVD Blu-ray release, Paramount actually reached out to us to challenge us to do a live theory, a live kind of film theory crafting, if you will, about the movie, which I thought was a really cool challenge because for years on the channels, right, we've gotten questions about like, how do you come up with episodes? How do you research episodes? How do you do this, that, and the other? And recently on GTLive, we've really been leaning into live theory crafting, thinking through things in real time. You know, we've been watching a lot of these series like Mandela. I'm sorry, I thought it was like strobing back there.
Yeah. There is a strobe setting, and it's a little bit hurting my eyes.
Great, cool. So we're just gonna trust that Ash is okay back there. Just plow right ahead. But yeah, so here on GTLive, we've been doing a lot of live theory crafting with stuff like Mandela Catalog. Obviously, we did it with Walton Files a while ago. We're doing it with Baddington Tapes right now. So there's a lot of this, like, let's watch, let's react, let's figure it out. So today, I actually wanted to challenge myself. Could I introduce you to the world of kind of what a film theory would be like researching it? So obviously, It's going to be a little rough around the edges. We're going to, because it is a sponsored video, I won't be able to show you like everything that we do because like we don't own all the websites or whatever. But it's one of those things that I think this will be cool for anyone who is interested in figuring out this world, figuring out kind of how we do things behind the curtain. And also I think it's just going to be fun because it's going to answer a question that I've wanted to answer for a while. So the film theory that we are tackling today is, my friends, how many chili dogs would it take to fuel Sonic's initial run at the beginning of Sonic the Hedgehog 2? And I believe we can actually pull up a clip from that so we can see it, right? Because the whole thing, right, about Sonic the Hedgehog is that he is, his favorite food is chili dogs. He runs really fast. And so with all of these speedsters in the world of superheroes, it's always the question of like, well, how are they fueling their bodies? How much energy does it take to run really, really fast? So to begin our film theory live today, basically it's figuring out what are the pieces of information that we need to solve for in order to ultimately get to our end conclusion of like, okay, chili dogs equals energy. How much energy is Sonic using? Therefore, how many chili dogs does he need to eat, right? So, Ash has actually gotten me my first ever tablet to write on. One of these, our thumbnail artists use these all the time, and I've very briefly played around with it to embarrassing effect. So, since I would usually do this on paper or on a whiteboard or something like that, those aren't going to film super well. So I'm doing it in Paint right now, which gonna be painful for all of us, I feel like. So here we go. Let's do Sonic Blue over here. Let's pull it up. So what are our initial questions? One, we need to know how fast Sonic runs. Obviously, it's the... Oh, there it is. Nope. Okay. Is it right? It kind of wrote. Hold on. How am I... Oh, okay. Son. No. Oh no! This is gonna be so bad. Okay. Son. Oh, this is gonna take a decade and a half. Sonic. Run. Run speed over here. Running speed. We're gonna try this again, shall we?
Yeah. What word is that?
That's running. It's Sonic running speed. Obviously, here. Okay. Erase this. Maybe I'm better off just using Paint and a mouse. I appreciate your enthusiasm for like trying to make this work. Let's see if let's try this. Let's try it the rudimentary way, the not cool digital way. By doing this, let's do a bigger brush. Okay. So 1 is gonna be like Sonic. Oh, this isn't any better.
Son 2.
It's an I, Ash. It's an I, clearly. From this point, for the math and the calculations, that's like the least of our concerns at this point. How to present it on a screen in a way that people are going to be like, I can understand this and this is totally legible. Hey, there's a text tool.
Oh.
We'll use a text tool, shall we? Yeah! Sonic running speed is going to be big. We're also going to need, let's see, how many calories in a chili? 1I, 2L? Chili? No, 1I, 1L, 2 I's, chili dog. Right, that looks right. I don't think I've ever had to spell the word chili in written form. Right, 1L.
Yeah.
Great, get out of here, Intel Update Manager, no one cares about you. How many calories in a chili dog? Sonic running speed, how many calories in a chili dog? Then we've got how many calories you burn while running. Or a hedgehog, I guess, or burns while running, but I have a feeling that will be hard, so we'll just extrapolate via human factors. And then how many calories in a chili dog, how many calories you burn while running, Sonic running speed, and then basically probably like how far Sonic ultimately runs. How far Sonic runs. Okay, that seems like a good base set. Obviously, anytime we're researching for one of these theories, we hit something that is like an unexpected variable or something that we couldn't have foreseen, or the idea of like, hey, I don't understand this part of an equation, so let's now teach ourselves this other thing and then extrapolate it from there. First and foremost, though, obviously the question that we always bring up and the thing that we always start with is Sonic's overall running speed. So here, I think, Paramount sent us over a couple clips that we're allowed to use, right?
Yes, and I pulled them all into a lovely little folder called Sonic Evidence.
Sonic Evidence! There it is. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so here's our Sonic Evidence points. The opening of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 features Sonic atop a city, and he's pretending to be Batman. He bites a bite of his chili dog, and then he runs down to stop an armed robbery in progress. So that is the scene that I think is going to give us the best estimate for kind of where we are in this world, how far he's traveling, how far he's running. So how much would he burn in this opening rescue? Let's see.
I've been called many names. Vengeance, the spiky supernova, but you may call me sorry, Blue Justice.
Justice. Okay, that's down. Oh, no, we're cut away from it.
Hedgehog.
Oh no.
You're never
I've been
going to
betrayed.
my power.
Oh, contraire, mon frère.
Okay, well this is not. We okay, I'm just gonna skip through here. This is not. These are not the. These are all great scenes. Don't get me wrong, Paramount, great scenes. I really love this movie. It was a lot of fun. However, those are not the scenes that I'm interested in to solve. We do get that. Okay, we got that one moment at the very beginning where he dashes off. Is that enough to tell us anything?
Sorry.
So he. Okay, Blue Justice. Jumps off. Okay, he runs. No, definitely not. Because I'm interested in him catching up to the police chase. These aren't the police cars, and he zigzags away. Maybe one of these other ones will do it.
Oh, great, the Winter Soldier.
Ah, yeah. Get it. Okay. Wedding scene. Yep, there's a wedding in the movie. Spoiler alert, there's a wedding. It's the highlight of the movie. Big wedding. Knuckles is in it. Also spoilers. Don't want to spoil it for anyone.
Hero.
Laser beams. Very exciting stuff. Okay, oh, I see him being chased. Okay.
Winter Soldier.
Try it again.
Fear not, citizen.
Nope, he's already in there.
Your negative attitude is not helping.
All right, that's not gonna do it. Next. Idris Elba, help me.
Familiar with Sonic? Of
You
course.
disappeared for me.
Sonic was one of my first gaming heroes.
In the second movie, we introduced Knuckles. He is the ultimate match.
Voiceover.
My
Jim
entire
Carrey, great. Oh, wait,
entire life.
that's cool actually.
Knuckles.
Sonic.
I always like seeing voice actors doing their thing, so
In
actually
the
I want to
second
watch this.
movie, we introduced Knuckles. He is the ultimate match for Sonic.
Sonic, meet Knuckles. Knuckles was a warrior, and Idris is doing the voiceover.
I've been trading for this my entire life.
Thank you, Jim Carrey. Thank you for that deep insight. You see, there is not actually an echidna in the vocal studio. There is not an oversized red echidna there. There's someone called an actor who is standing in the vocal studio giving voice, and that actor's name is Idris Elba.
The echidna is not in the studio. Instead, we have a voice actor,
What is known in the industry as a voice actor.
which is an actor who only acts using their voice, and he is here in the studio.
Hey, Jim Carrey really demystifying the art of making a movie right there. Sorry. Oh, man.
I love that.
This is the best, actually. I kind of love this clip.
Warrior, and Idris is doing the voiceover.
I've been trading for this my entire life.
Knuckles' sole purpose is to go.
Oh, that's great. I love that so much. That made my life. That made my morning. Okay, I have a feeling none of these are going to answer the question that I need, unfortunately.
Citizens, I am the hero you need and deserve.
Okay, see, he eats a chili dog. He takes the bite.
Let's do this.
Oh, no, you cut away. Okay.
People connected
Oh,
with
all right,
Sonic
we see
in
him,
such
okay.
a great way on the first film. So I'm
And then he's
very
not there,
excited
okay.
to go on a second Sonic adventure.
Okay, so we get a couple things here.
Let's do this. Serve and
Okay, so he
deserve.
jumps off.
Okay, let's do this.
All right. So he runs. So we see him running here.
Do this.
So he's got about one city block.
Connected with Sonic
It's about
in such
two.
a great
Cut away
way on the
before it.
first film. So I'm very excited to
Two. Okay, here's the longest shot we get.
go on a second Sonic
Great.
adventure.
Like 3, maybe 4 city blocks. Here, I'm gonna go off the grid. Apologies, Paramount Studios. I don't know if I'm allowed to use this. I won't show it on screen, but I do have the movie. We've been researching theories about this for a while. Like, I have all the Sonic movies. So, like, I'm just gonna go off grid real quick and pull it up on my separate computer. This is my copyright-friendly computer where I'm allowed to look up the things that I'm not allowed to show you on camera. Maybe we can get it approved. Can we show the clip? That'd be amazing. If not, just trust me on this one. I'm just gonna pull it up here real quick. Here, I'm gonna watch this movie. So it's right after the mushroom scene at the beginning. And we've got, see, this is why you got to buy it on DVD for yourself, so you can watch this. I don't want to spoil it all for you. Okay, so here he is. Cracks his knuckles, does a little punch. Copyright unfriendly music, which I've muted. It's great. Off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, okay, so it ends up being about like 4 to 5 city blocks that he runs. Okay, and the scene takes, because this is the other half of it, right? The scene takes, because right, it's not just how far he runs, but also how fast he's doing it. So the scene ultimately takes, what is this? About 9? Yeah, it's about 9 seconds, right? Okay. So I'm gonna say, so let's say, I'm gonna say about 3 city. In general, I'm gonna say 3 city blocks. That's what we get kind of solidly, and we're gonna say 3 city blocks. 3 city blocks in 9 seconds. That's about right, like give or take. This will give us a good estimate, right? So now from here, we need to figure out what city they're in, because each city has a different size city block, right? So this will help us estimate how large or how far of a distance he's traveling. So at the beginning of the movie, where is he? He's in Green, well, the last movie took place in Green Hill Zone. This one, start with the title drop. So after the title card, we're given a shot of, we're immediately given a shot of the Space Needle. And, again, I don't know if I can show you. Seattle. It literally tells you it right there. So I'm going to say, so this is Seattle. And, you know, because of the Space Needle, things like that. So again, very clear telegraphing here. So that allows us then to look up how big is a city block in Seattle. 240 feet by 240 feet. All right. So each city block is going to be about 240 feet. 240 feet. If we're saying that he's going 3 city blocks, we're going to multiply that by 3. Okay, times 3. That's going to get us, what, 720? 720 feet in 9 seconds. So this is going to be the distance that Sonic is traveling, right? 240 feet, 720 feet in 9 seconds. So that gives us kind of like, okay, that opening run of the movie, he takes a bite of chili dog. Would that be enough to fuel him to run there that fast? So speed there at that point is, if we want to convert that 720 feet in 9 seconds, you're going to want to convert that to something that people actually know. So 720 feet in 9 seconds to miles per hour. There we go. Convert feet in seconds to miles per hour. That's going to be an easy one. Feet in seconds. It's 720 divided by 9. Calculator. 120 divided by 9. 720 divided by 9, that's going to be 80. So that's 80 feet. No, that makes sense. Per second. So 80 feet per second ultimately amounts to... Oh, he's actually very reasonable. He's only traveling 55 miles an hour in that moment. So, you know, it's over street legal in the downtown streets of Seattle, I would assume. But also, you know, not egregiously fast. He's holding it for the final battle. You got to start slow. This is the opening minutes of the film, right? So he's going 55 miles an hour. So how many calories is he going to burn? Let's look this up. So at this point then, I would want to look at, okay, calories in a chili dog. That should be super easy, right? Calories in a typical chili dog. 296. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Not too hard. All right. So 296. I'm going to actually put this in a different area. We're going to do this in the chili dog section of here. so that way we don't get them confused. So this is the Sonic speed section. Oh my gosh, I don't know how Paint works. I've not used Paint in years. Can I edit this text anymore? I should be doing this in Photoshop. What am I doing? We said we went with the idea for Paint because of the tablet, and now what have we done? What chaos have we wrought, Ash? So many sound-based lighting. Paint? No one uses Paint.
We do.
Not after today. The first and last time we use Paint. This can't be edited, can it? It's just there. It's locked in permanently.
He's embedded into the canvas.
It's right. We have literally chiseled it into the screen.
It's a body of text, and what we've done is we've hit enter and clicked away from it.
It's true.
And put it on the canvas.
This is the equivalent of doing your homework in pen, your math homework in pen. Where it's like, oh, you never do your math homework in pen. It's like, no, it's just the similar rule is never do your homework in Paint now, your math homework in Paint in the modern day. Figure out how to summon a new text box here. Okay, so this is going to be our chili dog text box. This one's going to be about chili dog, so I'm going to make it red, like a nice tasty chili dog that you see in me. Chili dog has, according to my research, it is 296 calories per dog. That's a typical chili dog according to nutritionx.com. So, and again, in demystifying this, in kind of like pulling back the curtain, this is the sort of thing that, if I wasn't doing this in real time, I would probably check multiple different websites, look at the size of the chili dog that he's eating. How does it compare? I also notice it's in actually the approved footage that we can use, but you see here he's actually eating a chili.
Fear not, citizens.
Oh, it's gone.
I am the hero you need
Why can I not find
and
the thing? There
deserve.
you go. So you'll notice here that's not
Let's
just
do it.
any chili. I can't control
People
anything on this
connected with
computer
Sonic in
today. I don't
such
know
a
why. Here we
great
go.
way.
You'll notice though that's not just a chili dog. It is a chili dog with cheese or cheese-like substance. What is that? Is that cheese? It's a very luminescent cheese. Hot cheese, luminescent hot cheese. So I would say that is non-standard in your typical chili dog, unless that's grease. Maybe it's chili grease. Ash, opinions, thoughts? It soaks the bun. Get that bun all nice and soppy. You need a soppy bun.
With that much excess?
That's a lot of excess grease, honestly.
I can understand if it's globs of cheddar.
I don't know.
love me a cheddar glob.
I don't know how the people of Seattle are making their chili dogs. Like, this is basically a food theory. This is a film theory, a food theory, and a game theory all in one. I'm just saying.
GTLive.
Right on GTLive. This is the perfect fusion. This is the true fusion of all four channels coming. It's a beautiful thing. What is the weird yellow sauce coming out of Sonic's chili dog? We're gonna find out today. How do the people of Seattle consume their chili dogs? We're gonna find out. But hey, we're gonna assume that that's cheese. Obviously, like, that would be a whole nother series of calculations as far as like how many calories is cheese adding into here. What type of cheese is it? Looks like a good American cheese potentially. But it's an interesting one. I haven't seen too many people eating chili dogs with cheese, but we're just gonna go general in the interest of doing this kind of efficiently for you guys and having fun while also keeping this within a normal time frame rather than an aggressively long one like it takes to research stuff typically. I'm gonna say 296 per dog, so that was super easy and fun to find.
Fun to find.
I find it interesting and fun.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ash. You may choose to beg and differ.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, nice. Okay, how many calories do you burn while running? So this is point number 2. I'm gonna enter this. I'm gonna permanently ingrain this into the fabric of my screen. So clicking away, there it is. Running. We're gonna do running in green because green means fit. Okay, so now, can I not scroll over? Can I? Oh my gosh, why can I not? Oh, Paint. Oh, Paint. Can I?
Is it too late to move into a different application?
No, yes, it is. We've crossed the Rubicon. As the Phantom says, past the point of no return. We're here. We're stuck. We got to commit to the bit at this point.
Okay.
And we learn and we grow and we move forward from this point forward and never do this again. Calories burned while running. Okay. So Let me look up what the formula is for. There's got to be formulas for this, and I'm sure that there's probably a lot of different formulas for calculating this. But I'll find one that kind of looks decent that we can look up here. So this is calories burned while running formula. Let's see. Okay, first one that pops up. This is very quick and easy. So what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of things where you just plug in data. So it's like plug in your weight, plug in the time, plug in the distance. And for a typical theory, like we could double check it using that, but I want to know the actual formula, right? So I'm seeing like the first couple results here where they're all like plug in these numbers and we will spit out something for you, which is fine. And again, like it's helpful to some extent, but when you're actually crafting an episode around this, I want what the actual like formula is. We would usually tell you the formula, we would outline what the different variables are, and each solving of each individual variable is its own like little part of the story. It's its own part of the journey, right? And just for your knowledge, for my knowledge, knowing where those numbers are coming from and not just being like magically spat out by the black box that is this website, that's really valuable, right? So this first one, this is coming from a Medicine Net. This is the first one that I'm seeing that actually has a full-on formula here. It says formula works as okay, let me pull it up. Okay, so it says total calories burned in 1 minute. Okay, so let me zoom out slightly so that way I'm just not up in the face of my text here. Okay. Oh no, it's burned into the screen! I accidentally. Here. This is okay. There's got to be ways to move it. Hold up. I'm gonna select it. Look. Whoa. See, I remember from like a decade ago I used Paint, and so I'm remembering like, oh yeah, there's just a select tool, right? Okay. Calories burned while running. According to this formula, total calorie burned in 1 minute, right, equals 3.5 times the metabolic equivalent, the MET, multiplied by your body weight in kilograms. Okay, multiplied by body weight in kg, not kgh, divided by 200. Interesting, okay. All right. So this is all this as your numerator, and then divided by, this is going to be my big division sign right here, divided by 200. Weird. All right, great. So kind of like what I alluded to earlier, right? I don't know what is it? Metabolic equivalent, MET, is. So that's something that we're gonna have to look up, as well as Sonic's body weight, right? Which makes sense. If Sonic is exercising here, if he is doing work, the amount of calories or energy that he's using to do the work of moving his body is gonna be dependent on how much work he's doing, how fast he's doing it, and also like his body weight. He's moving his body weight, so knowing how heavy he is gonna be important. Which then begs the question, how heavy is Sonic the Hedgehog? That's fascinating. How much? I feel like we might have calculated this at one point in the past in a previous theory. I know we've calculated literally every metabolic stat around Mario at this point, but I don't know how much we've done for Sonic. I forget. I know we've done his height in various capacities. How much does Sonic weigh? Just out of curiosity. There might be like a fan wiki or something. And again, this is one of those things we would look at a lot of different things. How much does Sonic the Hedgehog probably weigh? That's on a Reddit post. According to, I don't know what this website is. This doesn't look super. Again, I don't know. I'm not dipping into Rule 34. I promise you. I just wouldn't be surprised. But no. Let's see. According to this, it says he is 77 pounds or 35 kilograms. I'm going to burn that into the screen. 77 pounds or 35 kilograms is what this one website is saying. But I look at the website and I'm a little bit, I don't know, man. I'm a little bit confused. It doesn't look like the most reputable source. Although I will say character profile on fandom also says 35 kilograms or 77 pounds. Interesting here. Oh, wait, hold up. There's a YouTube video here that I can actually... Hold up. Interesting. Okay, so there is a YouTube video. It says this is an official interview for Sonic the Hedgehog, like for the release of the movie. And I don't know if it is, because this is, again, us just doing this in real time. But here, let me see if I can pull it up. And if it is an official release, let me pull this up.
I weigh 62 pounds, and it is very rude of you to ask.
He did not ask, just so you know. So he weighs 62 pounds, is what he said? And that's coming from Sonic himself. Like, I can't really deny that, right? Like, that is there. So, according to Sonic, maybe this is, Sonic has been doing some exercise, he's been slimming down, but it sounds like he's actually weighing 62 pounds, which is really interesting. And I love it when, you know, franchises actually reveal this. Maybe 77 pounds was like old school Sonic from like, you know, Generations era, like Sonic 1, 2, and 3, like Genesis stuff, and maybe 62 pounds is just movie Sonic. But okay, so we've got our 62-pound Hedgehog, and we're gonna go with that. 62 pounds. So that's our body weight in kilograms. What's the formula gonna be? 62 pounds to 2 kilograms. That's gonna be, drumroll please. Internet pooping out on me. 28 kg. Not too bad. Okay, so we filled in our first variable, met. What is met? So metabolic, let me go back to that website where I saw this to be. Okay. What is met? Very helpful. Met is the ratio of your working metabolic rate relative to your resting metabolic rate. Okay, so like I burn X number of calories when I'm sitting here doing nothing, like I do most days. And I burn this amount of calories in general. My body is like, the metabolism is working up here when I'm exercising or running. So that differential, that ratio then is your met, which is funny because he's a fictional character. So, you know, we're clearly able to calculate this stuff. So again, obviously this is where in a typical game theory, film theory, whatever, we have to extrapolate the data for humans or as close as we can find to the animal equivalent and extrapolate it from there into the fictional world that we're dealing with. Okay. Let's see. Met is standardized so that the value can be used for all groups of people, irrespective of their age, sex, and genetics. Value makes it easy to compare different activities to each other. Okay, so this is kind of like a general, it seems like it's a general like activity factor, right? Like swimming is gonna be harder than running, or, you know, weightlifting is gonna have a higher met than, you know, just passively walking or whatever. So if that is true, what is the met for, let's see, what is the met for, okay, there's a chart here I'm seeing. Okay, so if this is relatively standardized, like they say, what is the met for running? Okay, running, when you're running at 7 miles per hour, obviously Sonic is running faster, he's running 55 miles an hour, but let's say running at 7 miles per hour, which has a met value of 11.5. Okay, we might have to go back and calculate a more specific met here, but so let's say the met is equals, what did I say, 11.5? So really that should give us everything that we need here. So that would be 3.5 times 11.5 times body weight was 28 kilograms. Then we're going to divide that. No, it's been burned into the screen. Oh, totally my intention the whole time, because now I have divided by 200. So let's see, 11.5 times 3.5 times 28 equals divided by 200. So that is calories burned while running, and this is per minute. Per 1 minute, okay. Calories burned in 1 minute. This is gonna yield some weird results. This is getting to a weird place. It'll yield 5.635 calories per minute. But we know that Sonic is only running for 9 seconds here. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something else out here. Because if he's burning 5 calories per minute, okay, hold on, 5 calories per minute, which I'm excited to continue this formula, but I have no more screen space. Thank you, Paint. Okay, but that's per minute. Minutes just sliced in it, whatever. 5.635 divided by 60 seconds in a minute. Oh no. Divided by 60 times 9, because he's running for 9 seconds. Okay, and then that whole thing. This is gonna be a hot mess, friends. Times 9 seconds is gonna equal, here's our grand total. How many calories? Oh no. How many calories does Sonic burn in the opening scene, that opening like run to the ambulance or to the armored truck at the beginning of Sonic the Hedgehog 2? 0.84525 calories. How many chili dogs is he gonna need to eat? 0. Him eating the chili, that one bite is more than his caloric intake that he would need.
He could just slurp up the cheese glob.
Just have a little bite of his little cheese glob. It's true. That's more than enough energy that he needs. Oh, that's really funny. Okay. There it is, ladies. 0. Here, let's make it nice and big so we can all be proud of this number that we've definitely calculated. 0 calories. No, we got. I was gonna say we got to round up. 1 calorie. Let's make this super big. I don't know how to affect font size in Paint. Who am I kidding? It's Paint. I don't know. Can I resize you? 1 calorie. This is the best episode we've ever done.
I agree.
1 calorie. Just cut it off. Okay. All joking aside, why would this be? Okay, there's a couple obviously errors or kind of like considerations that we probably neglected to take into account here, right? First off, this Met number, probably a little bit weird because this is just saying you are running at 7 miles per hour and you're 150 pounds, but he's lighter. He's only 62 pounds, which presumably is also going to affect the Met. Because there's two things, right? Like, because he's lighter, that means that he's going to be burning less energy to physically move himself, right? Like, because again, if you think about when you're working out, right? When you lift heavier weights, you're doing more work than if you were lifting those same, lighter weights the same distance. Sonic, in this case, is about half, if not less, than what a typical human weighs, and so it takes less energy to move him via a location, right? So that's kind of the two variables I see playing out here. So on one hand, it's like, oh, that's really stupid as a result, and maybe that Met number is what's throwing it off. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, but 1 calorie to move 55 pounds, like if you think about it, I'm moving it 3 city blocks. I'm carrying my 55-pound weight 3 city blocks, a couple hundred feet in 9 seconds. Calories are a tough one to gut check.
Yeah, and we also, we don't know Sonic's muscle composition, because muscles burn more calories.
He's got noodle arms. He's got the noodles, the noodlies.
The noodlies.
Uh-huh. No, you're totally right. What else were you going to say?
Muscle. I was really excited about it.
Sonic's muscles.
Yeah.
A lot of corners of the internet very excited about Sonic's musculature.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. So funny enough, right? This is one of those times where the end result is kind of like, hey, the movie's right, which is a fun twist. You know, like as we're looking at theories, as we're writing episodes, we're like, is that fun? Is that interesting? Is that a cool conclusion? I think so, because you would think like, oh, Sonic must be burning a ton of calories. So to conclude like 1 calorie, like, oh, that is almost like an anti-twist, where it's like, oh, it's not nearly as much as I would have expected. So that's fun. It also is fun because it proves the movie right? When he bites a chili dog and he goes off running, it's like, hey, that was an accurate amount of calories that he burned. So that's what I think might be going on here. That being said, let me look into this Met number real quick to see if we can come up with literally anything different. So how do you calculate Met? How are Mets calculated? To better understand Mets, it's helpful to know a little bit about how your body uses energy. The cells in your muscles use oxygen to help create the energy needed to move your muscles. 1 Met is approximately 3.5 milliliters of oxygen consumed per kilogram of body weight per minute. Huh. So we need to figure out Sonic's oxygen intake. Interesting. Okay. And here they have different examples of Met. So sitting at a desk is 1.3 Met. Golfing is 4.3. Shovel, digging ditches is 8.5. And then running is 11.5 like we talked about. But here's, the other thing here though, and the last thing that's worth calling out is the fact that even if we had a higher Met, like if you're like, hey, 7 miles per hour, let's multiply it by like 7. I guess that's 77. What would it be? So if we had a bigger Met here, so if we did, nope, can't switch to text. That shortcut does not work here. Great. So what would it be? 3.5 times, just say like a huge number, like 70, because instead of 7, now you're running like 49 miles an hour. Times, this is just a gut check for me, and then this would be divided by, it shouldn't change the end result by, like, maybe we'll get 2 calories now. So that's what I'm going to calculate here. This is me assuming it's much higher. 3.5 times, whoops, no, I'm sorry. 3.5 times 70 times 28 equals divided by 200. Yeah, this, and again, like this is per minute divided by 60. That's per second times 9. Yeah, even if you assume a massively huge Met in this case, you're still getting, in those 9 seconds, you are getting, here it is, grand total, 5 calories. So honestly, either way, you wind up with a whole box of nothing. That's kind of underwhelming. So there you have it, friends. No, we can't go out on that. The other factor here is Sonic is only running 55 miles an hour. He's also only running like 3 city blocks, right? Like we calculate 3-4 city blocks. I think a better option, just thinking through in real time, the first Sonic movie that came out. So this isn't Sonic 2 anymore, available on DVD right now. Hashtag Spawn. Available on Blu-ray. Hey, there's bonus scenes included. Instead of doing that, let's actually go back to the first Sonic movie, because we did a theory on the first Sonic movie. You see him running at top speed, right? He creates an EMP blast. He's running so fast. So that is him clearly running at top speed or near close to top speed. In the first movie too, there is that moment where he runs back and forth from the coastline, and we actually use this as a critical component in our theory on that. So he runs from point A to point B and back in like 4 seconds or something like that. We're gonna cut here for a second. I'm gonna go back and double check that. So that way I have the accurate number, and I expect, because we're running a much longer distance at a much higher rate, that's going to give us something that's a little bit more substantial and get us to eat a couple more chili dogs. So I'm going to look up that data real quick, and then we'll be right back. Hey, Vsauce, Matt Pat back. That was my cool transition. Wasn't it great? It would have been even better if I had thought to do that the first time, where I had like gone at the I thought about it as soon as I'm like, I'm gonna cut here, but then I'm like, I can't. It was stupid, but I wanted to bring it back that way.
We'll do a dip to black for you.
A dip to black?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you could, or like if you could cut out my hand move it there and then back.
Just like a hand, like PNG.
Yeah, just a hand like slowly getting larger. That's the sort of like, that's like year 2 of game theory, me editing it, where I'm like, expand, and back. It's just getting more and more pixelated. But hey, Vsauce, I'm back. So I realized a couple things. So first off, we did the numbers again. I double checked my theory. We had calculated that Sonic speed at kind of like that big run, this big like tentpole piece at the end of the first movie, is 275 miles per second. That is 442 kilometers a second, or around 990,000 miles per hour. So massively incalculable speeds, right? I also found a way, so we have a speed now, right? We know Sonic's weight, but the one thing that we don't know is the Met, right? So while we were cut, I actually looked up the Met, another way of calculating Met, right? So it's like oxygen intake and per body weight, and we don't know how much oxygen Sonic needs. Yeah, we could probably extrapolate, like how much does a hedgehog need, and then scale it up based on his body size. That would be a way that we would probably consider doing it. But I also found this website here. It says to manually calculate the metabolic equivalent of a task. It is, there's a formula to it. So 1 met equals 1 kilogram divided by, kilocalorie divided by kilogram time per hour. Basically what you need to do here is figure out how many watts of energy are being used up in this moment by Sonic the Hedgehog, right? So I found and in order to convert watts, you got to figure out speed, right? So we know that he has 990,000 miles per hour, and to convert that to a number of watts, we're gonna do, let's see, speed to watts conversion. Where is that at? Speed to watts conversion calculation. This is a very simple, easy calculation. Oh my God. Oh, we are gonna get a huge number. Oh no! So basically the formula that we're plugging this into, just so you can see where these numbers are coming from. So this is watts being used is the equivalent of 115. These are probably just, I don't know the derivation of this formula. So I'm not sure exactly where all these numbers are coming from, but according to this, if you want to convert speed to watts, it's basically like this. It's a very weird and random equation. 5006 times speed again. Lot of times speed. So all of those, it's basically 115 whatever plus this amount times speed plus this amount times speed squared, basically. It's weird. Don't exactly know why. If we were doing this for a full episode, I would probably dig into this, see if there's anything interesting about, like, why is this the way that you can calculate it, and then throw that into the episode. But as of right now, just for the interesting, oh, here you go. Speed is defined as the rate at which someone or something moves or operates. In simple ways, speed is a way of measuring how quickly something is moving or being done. Speed of an object is the magnitude of its velocity. Watts is the SI unit of power. Watt is defined as the rate of consumption of energy in an electric unit. So basically, that's kind of what we're calculating here. So plugging this in with our speed of of miles per hour, which then we calculated in, and I have it plugged in here. It is, oh boy, okay. Strap in, friends. I love how this episode is shaping up, because we got the answer of 1, and get ready for this. We got 112715 812 812 4. No, it's not done. Not done, ladies and gentlemen. 812.0073. No one cares. So boop boop boop. Boop boop boop. Boop boop. Boop boop boop. Okay, what is that? I don't even know. Million, billion, trillion. 1 trillion watts of energy that Sonic is using to run from point A to the coast of the United States and back in 4 seconds, which is what he does. Because, you know, he's the fastest thing alive, and he's showing off what it is to be the fastest thing alive. That is a trillion watts of data, right? So that's crazy. So now we can figure out what the Met is. 1 trillion. So the reason we need to calculate this, right, is the formula for 1 met equals, it is 1.162 times watts, which we just figured out, divided by kilograms, right? That is an alternative way of calculating met that doesn't require like oxygen consumption and this and that. So knowing that this is our number now, we do met equals 1.162 times 1,127,128,124,812.073 or whatever it was, divided by 28. 28. That's going to give us, here we go. So the met for Sonic in this case is going to be some stupidly large number, 1.162 times 1127158,124,812 equals divided by 28, which is meaningless here. Oh, yeah, there. Here it is, ladies. Just like with the 1 calorie, here we go. The met, this is the met, 46,777,062,179. That is our met. So now, bringing it all the way back around, we go back to our formula. We do this. No, I'm not going to type it in. You can figure it out. 3.5 times this disgusting number times his weight, 28, divided by 200 equal. How many calories is he burning in this moment? He is burning. That's not the thing I want. He is, but let's do it in orange because orange is an exciting color. We're going to make it real big. After I take like 500 steps to make it really big. Here we go. This is it. That was too big. After I take a couple other steps to undo the excitement that I just built up. Here we go. 48. 22 billion. 22 billion. 920 million. 760,468. There it is. Calories. And now we divide it. Nope, I can't stretch it out, so that's what it's locked in as. So now we divide it based on the number of calories in a chili dog. Calories. There. It's great. Divided by the 296 calories in a chili dog. Give me a drum roll, Ash. Great. The number of chili dogs Sonic the Hedgehog would have to eat to accomplish what he does in the beginning, at the end of the very first Sonic movie, is 77,435,001 chili dogs. There it is. That's it. That's how many chili dogs he would need for 4 seconds of his activity running from coast A to coast B and back to save the day at the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Slightly more impressive than the less than 1 calorie that he needed to run a couple of city blocks at a brisk jog. Who would have thought, kids? But again, and it's amazing. What I will say, okay, so that's the episode. That's the research. That is what I aimed to set out and prove today. But to try and salvage the results here and try to make sense of it all, I think this is a good point, right? We start episodes with these questions, with these ideas, right? And we don't know what they're going to wind up with. We don't know what the conclusion is going to be. Sometimes we have a guess at what the conclusion might be, but we don't know. And this is a great one of those instances, right? Where we get midway through, or kind of like most of the way through the research process, and we're like, oh no, we've made a terrible mistake in going down this route. And the end result is you get 1 calorie. And you're like, well, that's a lame episode. And then you're like, well, let's try to figure out something else that we can do to salvage this and make it more exciting. And you wind up with like the complete opposite, which is the like stupidly ridiculous number of 77 million chili dogs. You know, where's it gonna fit them in the stomach? Whatever. And that kind of shows you in very real terms and very practical terms here how and why some episodes just never come to fruition, right? There have been numerous times in the past where we've had to scrap episodes just because the end results aren't interesting or exciting or fun in any way. And even though the premise starts off as like, oh, this is gonna be really cool, it ends up being like, the actual journey through the episode wasn't great. Or sometimes the journey is so good to get there that even though the end result might be lackluster, we're like, but that was a fun journey to take along the way. And I think this was a fun journey to take along the way. Right, Ash? Don't you think? Fun journey across the board?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? I feel like we've all learned something today about Mets, about Watts, about my inability to use paint, you know.
Yeah.
About the fact that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is available right now on DVD and in 4K and on Blu-ray with additional bonus features that you can see on the disc.
And that Knuckles the Echidna is a warrior. And he just does the voiceover.
I was going to say, we learned about the production process of a movie, that a voice actor is an actor who uses one's voice, and that there were no live echidnas in recording studios during this process, that Sonic is 28 kilograms in weight, according to an official source of Sonic the Hedgehog himself. I mean, like, that's the cool thing about this, right? It's like, at the end of the day, the final result is what it is, but you discover a lot of things and you learn a lot of things along the way, which is why I love doing these channels and why I love, you know, it's about the love of learning. It's about the love of knowledge and about, you know, just a natural curiosity. I like to think of ourselves as kind of the internet personified in a lot of ways, where, you know, we are that rabbit. We take you down the weird rabbit holes of the internet in an individual episode. And so to do stuff like this, it's really cool. So thank you guys for allowing me to do that for so many years and for empowering us, all us intellectually curious people here at Theorist to do that for as long as we have. And also thank you to Paramount for sponsoring this episode. I hope you liked what you got. I do. I think it's a great episode. I hope you do too. And, you know, and this was cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a film theory, a food theory, a game theory, and a GT Not Live episode all rolled into one. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.